Alright, welcome back to the channel here. Today we're going to be putting Sanderson headers on this 383 stroker from Blueprint Engines. These headers are really nice, and this video is going to show some of the instructions and how they want you to install these headers. They're a little different than the average header out there. And if you enjoy this, make sure to check out the previous video. We put this awesome CVF serpentine belt system on. Really nice set, looks awesome, really helps set off the front of this engine. But remember to like and subscribe. At 500 subscribers, we're going to be having Burnout Fest inside the garage. It's going to be a lot of fun. And also check out our new Blueprint Engines banner. The guys out at Blueprint sent us this. This isn't a sponsor or nothing, they just sent us the banner. But pretty cool of them, so pretty happy to have that in the background of this awesome blueprint. So yeah, but make sure to like and subscribe, and let's dive into these headers. Okay, so here we have the torque converter bolts with the spacers, and after I talk about these bolts, I'll show you the space down there I'm talking about. But with having to run the adapter plate to fit the 383 stroker to it's a Turbo 400, but it's like an AMC bell housing. Like the entire transmission is a different cast than a traditional small block. So anyway, so you have to run an adapter. Can't remember the name of that. Advanced Adapters, I believe, is who made this adapter. But so anyway, you have to run these spacers between the flex plate and torque converter for it to reach, and not have any space in between or anything like that, and also keep from your torque converter pulling out of your pump and your splines and all that. But anyway, moral of the story is we're going to run these 3 bolts in with the spacers, lock washers obviously on them. So let's dive under the frame here. I'm going to show you under it. I'm also going to show you a spot I had some rubbing on the flex plate. So, and I'll show you how I'm going to take care of that. So let's check this out. So under here now, spacer. If you look there, there's quite a bit of space. Stick my finger in there to show you the space between the torque converter bolt holes and the flex plate holes. So that's why you have to run these spacers, because otherwise you'll pull it out of the pump and stuff inside the transmission, and if that pump ain't working, you're in a world of hurt. So yeah, let's get this stuff bolted in. Alright, let's dive into this box from Sanderson. Looks like collector. Some hardware. And then headers. So, really nice finish on these headers. Man, these are going to look good. I hope the quality of this is showing up in the video, because these are absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Gets everything in the box. The other header. Man, these are nice. So these are like a pretty known brand in the header world, but they're really going to help set this engine off. I mean, it's going to be full-blown old-school hot rodding, and I really dig that style. I think it's a really neat style to have. And them are gorgeous. I'm so happy with how those look. Yeah, guys, them are awesome. What do you think? Can you see them? Sanderson. Got a really nice finish on them. Show you the other one. Pretty much identical, but I'll show you. Really nice quality. Really happy with those. And then I believe these are just collectors, like I said. Yeah, nice collector. Angled and everything, so you can send her to the back. And this bag right here, it's got a piece of paper in it. I wonder if this bag, you know, these could have a special torque sequence, yeah, here we go. Installation tips, everything like that. Tips for finish and upkeep. So this will actually tell you how to take care of them. Cool. I like that. Don't know how well you can read all that. This one. Oh. Now we're talking. So this is something I find interesting on these Sanderson headers. They don't use gaskets. So they, as you read it here, it says, your new Sanderson headers have the industry's only patented leak-free flange. A clean surface will ensure a leak-free installation. So they're saying you're not going to use an exhaust gasket at all. And what you do is you apply silicone to the header flange. Wow, that's fascinating. So look at that. Look at how smooth and perfectly level all that is. So you apply your silicone to these high points here, is what it's saying. You're going to apply an 1/8-inch thick bead of silicone to the raised portion of the header flange, like I was speaking of. They recommend the Permatex, and I believe this kit actually came with it, and you get 2 tubes of Permatex ultra black gasket maker. So it's RTV, but install bolts at either end finger tight. Install remaining bolts and torque at 15 to 20 pounds from the center out. That's awesome. Let's get these on the car. Okay, so I called Sanderson because in their instructions it says, where it's talking about applying silicone to your header flanges, it says let silicone dry, preferably overnight. So that statement confused me a little, which it makes sense as to where they put it now, knowing the answer. They put it before bolting on your headers. They want you to apply a thin layer of silicone to obviously these raised portions. This is like a bead of weld that they put here and then grind it flat. That's what they've done. They milled it, it seems like. And anyway, but the customer service person said, you know, about as thick as a penny layer of RTV. So don't want much bigger than that because then you'll just have too much. But they say, you know, it needs to be that little bit of dryness so it doesn't just smear out when you put it on and everything like that. So anyway, we're going to put the RTV on it now. Grab this. Grab a tube out of here. Get this opened up. We may even use the tip for that precise application we're after here. Because, in my mind, the only way to be is perfect. Anyway, get this. Pop the top. That's how you do it. That is how you do it. So let's get this on they make these things that, like, for toothpaste, they can, like, put on here and it'll help get all of it out. And I need to get some for these. Let me cut this tip so it'll open up and allow me to actually put some on there. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, so let's go ahead and start trying to get this stuff to come on out. What are they selling me? This is empty. Just joking, just joking. I'm just joking. Here we go. She's about to come out now. Yep. There we go. So, like I said, they advised a thin coat. This is really a fascinating setup to me. This is a little thicker than I think they wanted, but I don't care. It don't look bad, right? It only looks like we somewhat know what we're doing, right? Trained professional. Do not attempt this at home.
You on the phone?
No, I'm recording what's up. Didn't you take it out to Pop Pop one day? Sorry about that. Okay. Like icing a cake. As you can tell, I don't ice a lot of cakes. I remember my customer is going to be happy to see these headers getting the love. Okay, that's a little thicker than I think they wanted, but I strictly do not care at the moment. So, I don't even know if y'all can see me working on this one. We'll just switch these around here. Remember, these have to sit literally overnight, but I thought that was a little insane. Anyway, same concept. Just repeat it on the other header. Man, these are nice. I cannot get over how nice these are. I really appreciate the depth that my customers went into these parts that he wanted. I mean, he's really wanted some top quality parts. This blueprint engine, these Sanderson headers. Yeah, he's got a nice gauge set that he's wanting to put in it. So I really appreciate all the nice stuff that he is putting into it. It's making it a lot more enjoyable to build. I tend to find that, I don't know, like when I go to a car show, I take rusty vehicles, but building nice ones is, I think, more fun. At least caring about it. I don't know. That's a weird statement to make because a lot of times the rat roads are more fun, the rusty stuff, because you just don't care. But step back, take a little pride in your work and something that's nice. So, really hope y'all are enjoying these. I'm dabbing this out. I think this is helping me get the coverage I wanted. Oh, I just laid my finger directly in some RTV. Are you kidding me? Look at that. God, what am I doing? What are you doing? Oh, it's so annoying. I hate that. I think they're pretty good right there. Let's take our tip off here. And remember, if you want to have RTV for the next time that you ain't got to fight to get out of the tube, ensure you put this cap on tight. Because if you don't, you'll be shoving a screw in there trying to get fresh RTV out of it. Alright, so we're going to be putting headers on now. We got the RTV on there. We let it set an entire night. So now we'll just get our dipstick here. Set it down there for a split second. But they say to take your bolts on the end first. Run these in finger tight. Really probably just get them all started and then run them all in finger tight. Sometimes you have a lot of fitment issues with headers. You gotta grind out the bolt guides and stuff. And luckily so far, it kind of looks like I'm not gonna have to do any of that, which is awesome, because I don't like grinding things. Obviously you're gonna have two or so that get stacked on. Those are always the fun ones to do. Steel's not too bad. I've definitely dealt with the worst. I mean, they've like been bent. I don't know how you get that whole thing. I don't know how people do it, but get all of these started. bolts in. Let me actually go grab those two. They say you need to tighten them down 15 to 20 pounds. I guess you're just guesstimating on those two you really can't get to real well. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I don't know if you remember my Mustang videos, but I actually put multi-piece headers in that car. They were a lot of fun to deal with. But they made it able to have headers on that car, which was a big upgrade for that car. If I would have had to put manifolds back on it, I feel like I probably would have choked out 15 horsepower. I was after all I could get. All I could get with keeping it looking stock. Minus aluminum heads and aluminum intake. But, you know, originally the car came with a 2-barrel, but looks a lot better now. Make sure to check out those videos. It's actually a pretty nice car now. So, these look awesome on here. I hope it's showing up in video how cool these look. Sorry. The rest of them, obviously, you can just do this one over, which is really nice. And I'm going to double check the instructions, but I think you torque them out, in to out. So we're going to do, let me double check that. From center to out. So 15 to 20 pounds. We're going to fall right in the middle. How about that? Kind of like that. What do y'all think? Starting on the rear one. Here. Like I said, we're just going to guess on those. Go ahead and do them. The nice part about it is, really, these will actually probably be pretty easy to get to once I'm going to fill this. Oh yeah. Once it's in the Jeep. All these bolts are probably pretty easy to get to. So I've had headers in the past where I'll torque them, do everything, you know, as it tells you to, and then they go through a couple of heat cycles and it's leaking again. Hopefully it's not going to be the case with these Sanderson with the patent technology that they're using, but it's dope. I think it would be pretty easy to tighten them. What do you guys think about that? I think it looks wicked. You know what I mean? Tighten these last two. There it is. Yeah, it does look awesome. Let's go ahead and do the other side.
If you don't like what I'm saying, then I won't just slap my face because I'm bad. I'm bad. Come on. Who's bad?
So as you can see here, have the headers on. Yep, totally digging it. Alright guys, thanks for watching that video so much of us installing these Sanderson headers on this 383 stroker from Blueprint. Really happy with how these headers turned out. I'm happy to see how they work, how they sound, everything about them. They're a really nice set. Happy to have them. Once again, thank you Blueprint Engines for the banner. That's really nice of y'all to send that for the shop to have. It looks good in the background of the videos, I believe, so hope y'all like that. And remember, at 500 subscribers, we're doing Burnout Fest, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to have a day where we just do a bunch of burnouts inside the shop. Post a video of it called Burnout Fest, so that'll be for 500 subscribers. So we're getting there, just need a little more. But appreciate every single one of y'all, and actually leave a comment on your favorite engine swap. I'd be curious to know everybody's favorite engine swap. So make sure to leave a comment like that. Thanks for watching.